You, like, that is the most. I was mind blown when you told me this because I knew you for a while until you told me this, and you said you can't taste. Fuck. There's another thing. I wanted to say something about mushrooms too.
Should we pin in that one, and I can give you some context.
Put a pin in what?
You have I forgot you have tattoos now.
Yeah, I have tattoos. But so
I lost my sense of smell and taste completely when I was. It's been like almost 7 years now. That job that I was talking about in Germany, just like, although nailing it, like very much so redlining the human body. Like I would. High functioning alcoholic, but definitely an alcoholic at points where I would put on full blown 1,000-person events with my own food truck that I started, or the multiple, or the restaurant concept we're opening, or whatever the crazy stuff that I was doing for this job. Full blackout, not remember any of it. Take pictures, give interviews, give fucking full, high functioning.
So you were blackout drunk working this job.
Oh yeah. In different countries, continents, insane amounts of staff responsibility, whether it's just like satellite kitchens or vehicles, just like, and granted, no slip ups, never anything that was like really a detrimental part of that job outside of just really not taking care of my body, which definitely caught up to me. I got super fucking sick at one point. I was doing drugs too, for sure. Yeah. Like I was partying like crazy. Like I was on like yachts and private planes, and like I had like staff and budget and team, and like it was like I was cool as fuck wherever I went.
Yeah, you live a pretty crazy. That's a pretty crazy life.
Yeah, I had the. I think I had the
need
coolest
that.
job. One of the coolest jobs I could ever think of for like a kid that age. That's a cook.
Yeah. I think I need like an era where I go crazy. Actually, I just don't want to do drugs though. I'm just not into it. I don't know.
Well, they're high risk, high reward. It's like they can be really great and they can be really awful at the same time. And it definitely caught up to me. And I don't know. I've never been able to have a doctor tell me what it came from. But I, at the end of it, got super sick. It was right before I ended up getting deported from Germany too.
Why'd you get deported?
I left the job, and then someone in the company who I had a lot of beef with, unknown to me, had my visa canceled without me knowing. So basically to get me to work in Germany, it's like there's so much work that needs to be done to validate someone that's not from there holding a job that they have people there to do. And so there's a certain amount of people that get it, and they just had to. No, you're good, my bad. Yeah, but anyways, by the time I had been doing the job for 3 years, by the time I had quit, I had this visa that was for 10 years. I could live in the country, work in the country for 10 years. I was doing something else. I was trying to get on my show, Forest to Table, which is where we took wild stuff, whether vegetables, forage stuff, or animals, and made a supper club around it, filmed it, started it it was very ahead of its time at the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, I quit because everything was going well, and then the person in the company who did not like me had my visa canceled.
Wow.
We can bleep this part out, but it was fucking hated me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll blur it out.
He hated me.
Damn.
For no reason. He just thought I was the devil. He just literally just would tell people that I'm just out to get whatever I want. And
damn. I've also been called the son of the devil.
We have that in common.
Yeah. But that's because I pulled a musket from... like a flintlock musket from fucking 1800s on somebody when I was like 10. But
sick.
anyways.
Fast forward. I was living recklessly. I got really sick. My sister was working for me at the time, and she had to literally take care of me. I couldn't move for 4 days. I was sick for about a week. But physically couldn't move. Couldn't get up to go to the bathroom. I couldn't feed myself. I was just fucked.
So the sickness is what killed your sense of smell and taste? I'm
assuming it all happened around the same time.
Around COVID time?
No, fuck no. This is years before that.
Oh, really?
I literally sometimes I think and I'm like, I wonder if I'm just gonna get abducted by the government one day. Am I patient zero? Because it sounds so similar, but on an aggressive scale.
You got COVID before.
So insane. Couldn't smell or taste, is common with any sort of sickness. But I don't. Yeah, it was like 32 or 34 days of not being able to smell or taste, where I was like, "Oh, this is a problem."
So you're the guy who started COVID.
I might be. It might have been from Germany. It might have been from Bad Han of Germany, not fucking Wuhan.
Honestly, there could be something where there's a similar,
think about that all the time.
like a similar sickness. Because I mean, Liam, he couldn't taste. Like I didn't get the no taste, no smell thing from COVID at all. I had a cough for about a year and a half. I had a cough for about a year and a half.
Whoa.
But Liam's, he couldn't taste for like a month or two? Something like that. I don't know.
It's
like
insane.
a month.
When that stuff first started popping off, I was like, A, posers. But B, I was like, yo, this is really wild. And it got to the point where, and this is so fucked up, but like in the beginning when COVID was first going on, I did as much research as I could. But I like wanted to get it. Because when I started reading about it, it's not that you lose your sense of smell. It's that like there's on and off switches in your brain. It's not like your sinuses get damaged, which is always what the doctors and specialists told me, that my sinuses got damaged. And I always wondered if it was just some click shit in my brain.
You just needed to lock in.
Trauma, anything like that. Because I'd rather be wrong, you know, and find out. But yeah, I tried to get COVID, and so I remember I not was like chicken pox partying myself, but I was like not mad if I was to get it. I remember the first time that I got it.
Because you thought your taste and smell would come back.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, what if it just flips those switches or something like that?
Did you go through a hard time with that? Being a chef that can't taste at all? Like, sounds, like, how can you possibly do your job right if you can't taste? Like, I don't know how many people would trust a chef that can't cook, but that whole show, I mean, Hell's Kitchen, you couldn't taste the entire show. And Gordon didn't know, right?
Correct.
Gordon Ramsay had no idea you couldn't taste. That's crazy to me.
Well, there's two things there. How did I deal with it? I didn't. I did not deal with it well. Or maybe I did. I don't know, because I'm still alive to this day. But the first 6 months, it was like not just like, how do I cook? It's like more so like, I'm done here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Right,
and I got deported from Germany, and I was just going through such a hard time.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah, I'm thankful for it. I'm glad that I am, for sure, because it would not have been worth it. But it was and is incredibly difficult to navigate in a variety of reasons. But the first 6 months was super, super difficult. I was like very suicidal.
Damn.
But at one point it was, like maybe life affirming or whatever. I got to the point where I was like, how have you approached any other difficult thing than you have in life? By trying to figure it out. And so it's just like, there's a way through this. There's like a way to not blah, blah, blah. And so I just like retaught myself everything. So after that 6 months, every time I cooked, I approached it from the lens of like, I have someone else that's teaching me how to do this, and I'm going to learn everything new. And I'm going to do it from the lens of trying to find flavorful cues, trying to find any sort of thing that'll give me hints on what is flavor and how to know that without having that skill, having those two skills, smell and taste.